everybody, and welcome to the Chaotic Minds. My name is Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, and I have with me today. If you'd like to introduce yourselves?
Hey, how you guys doing today? I'm Henry Motney, also known as Mayhem the Hearts Mace.
And I'm Dark Trooper. What's up?
And today we have a great show for you all today. So let's start off with the weather. So let's start down there in the Delta area. What's it like out there for you guys?
It's
Let's get
pretty
cold.
chilly.
Oh yeah, for both of us. But yes, it's getting cold. It's maybe starting to get a little warmer up here, but at nights it's still dropping around the 20s and 30s depending on the area. And then in the morning, usually the high 20s or low 30s. Sucks. But it gets a little warmer about the 40s, and it hit 60 a couple days ago. That was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be up in the 70s this weekend, like late 60s. It's also from where I live, there's still ice on the lake, so it's still kind of cold. It's still cold enough for the ice to be there, but it's starting to go away.
Like slowly dissipating and melting slightly, but still staying there. Don't walk on it, people, please.
No, please do not.
For your own safety. I've learned that lesson a long time ago when I was little. Boy, howdy. That stuff can just
Hypothermia is
and go
not
under.
fun.
No, it's not. Neither is pneumonia.
And then here in the central Michigan area, we're seeing temperatures in the highs around the 50s. We'll be up in the 70s this weekend, actually. And then at night, we're reaching lows down into the 20s, 30s, and on occasions 40s. We have actually lost all snow up here. It's actually very nice, green, beautiful weathers. But we can expect rain coming this Saturday and Sunday. So have those umbrellas prepared.
Oh yeah, you're up in those high mountain areas, so when that weather hits, man, it hits.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel bad for like the Upper Peninsula people. Like they get stuck with snow for like until like mid-May or something like that.
Yeah. I have family up there, and I feel bad for a lot of them that that's some of the toughest Michiganders, to let you know. They live there. It's cold, mean, everybody's angry. I don't know why, but it's beautiful at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
The summer there is one of the most beautiful areas you'll ever see. Now, as the winter goes, it's like 6 months out of the year kind of there, if not maybe a little longer. And you get these like 3 beautiful months of just, oh man, it's nice. There's these other couple months of just lots of rain. The boat rides are fun.
Rainy.
Mm-hmm.
And hunting is fun.
So, what can you tell us about what's going on in the local news here around today? Because all I know for a fact is, well, it seems that more stuff's going down on the borders from what I've seen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. What do you see else on there, DJ Thunderbase?
Well, I've noticed that with
Right.
I have to have my one more thing up.
Yeah, we had the other things that happened. The fires in California are finally out, which is nice.
Yes. Yeah.
That went for a while. That was scary.
From what I've heard, there's like when the politicians started going through with the families, there was literally almost nothing left. Families, they literally got all they could pick out was like 2 big garbage bags full of stuff. That's pretty much all they got left. Some families, that's just
heartbreaking.
That's just heartbreaking. I mean, on the bright side, as much as the bright side there is, that people are alive. Now, as much as well as many as we can know who are alive.
Mm-hmm. Many were lost, sadly, and sorry for that. Their state's sadly one of the worst, but it's because of poor management. Many different reasons. But other reasons for it, though, is now they have a chance to build a new community and work together. Hopefully they can get that chance, learn something from one another, and try to be a little safer about stuff. Think about one another. I know it's going to be hard. It's difficult for everybody. But for them, holy crap, I'm sorry you even have to deal with half of that, let alone the full cake. The cake was alive, but yours was on fire.
Yeah. Well, it usually is a tragedy. It's unfortunate, but it's true that usually a major tragedy oftentimes is what really brings people together, which is great on that side where you actually bring the community together. But on the other side, it's just does it really need to have something horrible happen before people just come together? It's just
sadly in this world, yes. It's very upsetting. Everybody has to either have a great enemy to work together or join, or there has to be a tragedy or something of a catastrophe, like a tsunami or a tornado or a giant creature. Hey, you never know. Or earthquake. Same thing with like Yellowstone. It's been acting up a lot lately. That's another thing on the it's going on lately. It's people are not allowed around there now. They closed off the area. No one's allowed to go within a certain amount of distance. The water has become more acidic and hot, meaning volcano activity should be happening. And each time it's very dangerous.
Old Faithful's been acting a little funky as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's showing signs that we might be getting close to a Yellowstone eruption.
So survival equipment should be learned and tested. People need to start learning and checking this stuff out, understanding the concepts of what it is for an actual like community, such as what it is for protection of each other, learning how to survive together, capabilities, people you can trust. You need that. People need the trust community of one another around them, their neighbors, their friends. Understanding. That's something that I know and a few other people know. So we're trying to put that together ourselves, and hopefully you guys can have that too. Is something might happen, you always should be prepared. At least have a backup plan or how do you say, a bug out pack. We have your music going on, my friend, in the background.
And in more local news, Michigan, we have several things going on the 15th of Michigan. In Great Lodge, we have the Great Lodge St. Patrick's Day celebration parade. And unfortunately,
yes, and we will get more to the events part coming up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, so we'll get to that in just a couple moments. All right, DJ Thunderbase.
But further in the news category, if you've been keeping an eye on those stocks lately, you will have noticed that stock prices are going down big time lately, and they've been dropping for the past couple of weeks. So could we be looking at a stock market crash? Or is there hope for another rise in the future?
There is. Actually, we've been checking out the other thing in the opposition for that for the stock is the crypto. Crypto has actually been going up a lot lately. Bitcoin was almost at $100,000 per coin. I've seen it at 99 point because I tried to own some myself, but I own a fraction of a fraction of the fraction. It's like $20 compared to that number. Hey, if it ever hit 1 million, hey, I'll have a few $100s. Like, yay! But you start focusing on some stuff like that. Maybe invest every couple paychecks. You think of something like that, like just $5 here or there. It's always good to throw it in. It's like, especially if you're like such as a habit, cut back for a little bit if you're smoking cigarettes or such other things, or drinking along. 1 or 2 of those minus, and you put into something like that, you might have a nest egg in the future. It might just have a few extra bucks one day. I know I hopefully will. If not, at least I rolled my dice in the right area. But back to you.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news, and I'm hoping for the best on that one. But we also have, in further news, we have some celebrity birthdays that we have to go through. So,
all right, and we are in the this is the March. We are in March now.
Yes.
And so March 1st, let's check out a few of the big celebrities of March 1st. I got Jensen Ackles, TV actor from what was that show? Supernatural.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He had fun show.
I believe he played. Dean.
Yep,
in
Dean. He was the older brother that's shorter and smaller but buffer and angrier.
I like it.
All right, another one in there is Kesha. I didn't know that, but hey, look, the pop singer Kesha. She
wow.
turned 38, and for Jensen, he turned 47. Wow, 47. He still looks fly.
Wow.
Take care of yourself. You work out all the time. You keep it. And then also for the football players, we have Tariq Hill turned 31.
Wow, happy birthday to him.
All right. And another one is Jamar Chase turned 25. Another football player. And we'll do one as a WWE wrestler, Big E.
Ah,
It
happy
was Big
birthday,
E's
Big
birthday.
E. Happy
39.
birthday, Big E.
And he is way more jacked than I have been. Like when I did pro wrestling and MMA, I was big, but man,
He's now one of the announcers for WWE, and he hosts a couple of their shows that they do now.
he's a good guy. Inspiration, lots of charisma. You need that in the wrestling business. I did it for 12 years, and literally broke my neck 3 different times.
Sad to see where the New Day has ended up going, though, since his departure from in-ring activity.
That's upsetting. Oh, even Booker T. Booker T's birthday was as well.
Ah.
60 years
Happy birthday,
old.
Booker. Happy birthday, King Book.
Happy birthday.
All right, that's for March 1st. March 2nd, let's see who we got for March 2nd. Got a couple people in here. We got John Bon Jovi, 63, a rock singer. It's interesting. Also, we got Daryl Myers, 28, for a TikTok star. And then for a football player, we have Tayu. Oh my God, why did I choose this name? Togunvaloa, 27.
Sorry
Also-
if we butchered your name.
Yep. I'm illiterate dyslexic first, I have to let you know, and it's the worst person to be reading things, but hey, I do it all the time. I'm a DM, so I have to read. It makes me read more. Another one is a movie actor, one of our 007 agents, Daniel
Whoa.
Craig, 57.
Ah,
I think he's the most recent one.
Oh, one of my favorites right here, Method Man.
he's the
54.
most recent previous one. They've got a new
Yes,
one
he's not one of my favorites. Nothing against him.
Isn't he?
He's not one of the original 3. I grew up with the original 3 and marathon those all the way. One of my favorite villains to this day. What was the brace face one? Iron Jaws.
Jaws.
It was. Yeah, Jaws. Jaws. He would clamp steel and things like that. He would catch bullets with his teeth and bite through anything and everything, and then kind of had a romantic death ending at the end of this cute nerdy girl floating off in space for their last, couple weeks living on whatever happens.
Fun little fact: those black bars that he would chew through were black licorice all along.
Wow.
Oh, gross. Black licorice.
Right? I did not know that. Here's another one of a football player, Reggie Bush, 40. Trying to see anybody else's goods we catch eyes. That's for the March 2nd. We'll go for March 3rd. Check in here. Camila Cabello, 28, as a pop singer. And for basketball player, we have Jason Tatum, 27.
Happy birthday to him.
All right. Let's see. Let's go with somebody else for. Here's a Lily Rowland, 21, TikTok star. And last for this one, Montana of 300, 36. That's an interesting name to have as a rapper. His name is Montana of 300.
You think he's from Montana?
I don't know, but I'm going to check him out later and see. There's a nice shout out for you, buddy, to see if it helps you in the future. So that's pretty interesting. I did not know that. And then we have for March 4th, we have Dave Pelkey, 57, children author. Awesome, nice to have. Another one is Damon Green, 35, for basketball player.
Nice.
Man, I can't do basketball anymore. My knees say no.
I haven't played basketball in a while.
All
I
right.
never played basketball in high school. I know I did get eyed in high school by the basketball coach. Like they're literally like doing everything, but like, I'm here because I was 6'4" when I was in high school. So it's like they're literally I was the tallest guy in the entire team.
All right.
Like,
So for March, that's fun. Oh yeah, you're a really tall dude. That's a good thing though. You know, being 6'5" or 6'4". I'm 6 foot. I was 6'1", and then after compressing my neck and smashing it 3 times, I lost an inch. But for March 5th, we have Gabby Burnett, 25, for a country singer. And also Sterling Knight, 36, TV actor. Eva Mendez, 51, movie actress. She was in Punisher, she was the villain's hot wife that has a horrible train wreck ending. Very beautiful, but had a very horrible, tragic ending in that movie. That was such great, though. Yuri, 26, pop singer in Japan.
Oh.
It was March 5th for Yuri.
Omedetou.
All right, March 6th, we have Tyler, the Creator, 34, as a rapper. We have Neela Jolie, 19, TikTok star. Hey, it's Harriet Tubman's birthday on March 6th of 1820 to 1913.
Shout out to Harry.
And there we have our first historical
Civil rights.
birthday of the night.
Yep, civil rights leader. That's a big one right there. We have another one right here. It's a rapper called Rob49. Whoops. Hey, don't want to that button. I don't want to click on these things that keep popping up while I'm trying to read.
No, we do not want your
I don't want your ads or your fake cookies.
script.
We're going to go with March 7th now. Get away from those things. Oh, Brian Cranston is 69 at March 7th. A TV actor and movies.
Oh, nice.
And he's in a lot of stuff. I've seen him in Babylon 5. For a small part there, he was in what was it? Malcolm in the Middle. I love that show. That was a great show. I got that because I had brothers and sisters. And
I was
man, it was crazy. Always a fight. Didn't matter who you were. All right, we have Devin Wheatley, 21, TV actor. Who else do we have in here? That'll be a good one. Sarah Squim, 32, is a comedian.
Oh.
You're not gonna get angry for me saying that your name and your age, but hey, shut up. She's like, how dare you? I'm sorry. All right, March 8th. Let's get in there with Kane Bailey, 21, rapper. Good job. Happy birthday. March 8th. And then Kaido, 22, TikTok star. And then Tumaz Tauber, 25, TikTok stars. A lot of TikTok stars on March 8th. You got Carmen Menhem, 64, TV actress. James Van Der Beek, 48, TV actor. You guys remember him from Dawson's Creek?
Mm-hmm.
Never watched Dustin.
Wow, that's a blast from the past. Well, I remember watching it from my my parents watching it. I'm going, what is this? They're like, it's a love show. And I'm like, it's not much love. It's more drama.
Well,
That was more of a soap opera than anything.
Yeah. Ooh, here's one for March 9th. One of my favorite meme guys, Cabby Lame, 25, TikTok star. The guy that goes, dude, funny. The things he just, common sense, dude. I love that guy. How about Bow Wow is 38? Wow. Bow Wow's 38? I know, it was like only a couple years younger than him. Also, Oscar Isaac, 46. Man, he has been in a lot of things lately. And then I am not reading that name. How about Bridget? No, 39. Yeah, one's a pop singer. She's a Japanese girl, and I bet you would read it just fine, but not for me. Nope, I'm just all right. March 10th.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Henry. I would butcher the hell out of it.
Ooh, March 10th. Chuck Norris. Congratulations, my friend. 85.
What day was
TV
that?
actor, movie star, martial artist. A man faced Bruce Lee and got his chest hair ripped out for real. That was real.
Come on, tell us some Chuck Norris notes. You know why Chuck Norris doesn't bleed? Because he doesn't allow it.
Oh man, I've heard so many over the years, and they all go blank now. But I got one. Chuck Norris one time got stung by a king scorpion, and after 12 long agonizing days, the scorpion finally died. And then Chuck Norris ate it.
Wolf, the Chuck Norris does not hunt. He just allows you not to die.
Right? Chuck Norris allows it to be nighttime because he knows the sun's scared of him.
Oh God, that's a good one.
All right, on that one, that was a good one, man. Oh my God, stop at the too many of those. Robin Thickley, R&B singer, 48. Here's a football player, Justin Herbert, 27. And music producer, Timberland, 53. A TV actor, John Hamm. It's Ham. I'm sorry for your last name, sir. I respect you, though. And we're almost at the top now. March 11th. We'll go right into it right here. We're going to go with Anthony Davis, 32. He is a basketball player. Got Austin Swift, 33, Instagram star. You got Paul Wall, 44, rapper. Here's another one. Johnny Knoxville, 54. You guys remember Johnny?
Oh yeah, Jackass is it's fun.
Man. I watched Jackass back in the day and remember that and did some stupid things and learned some stupid lessons. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, people. Remember that. I've learned a lot, that's why I'm so wise now. Got some scars. Don't do what I did. You'll survive easier. I was just unique. Okay, so we're on March 12th, which is today. We have Christina Grammy, 1994 to 2016. Oh, damn, I'm sorry. First one of the night. I'm a horrible person. That's messed up. I got Danny Lux, 21, pop singer. And we'll go with last but not least, Andra Berlins, 22, TV actress. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I choose these ones with the ridiculous last names?
We do apologize for any mispronunciations of any names during the telling of this stream.
Please and thank you, because I might shred them. I'm sorry, people. Back to you.
All right. And so, once again, happy birthday to all of them. Now, here's a fun little segment that we would love to start. This is a little segment we call Lore News.
So, have you guys heard the lore recently of something that has been recently awoken? It has been a long time since. The Leviathan itself, from stories that have been popping up a lot on the internet with some crazy videos. Weird, long, snake-like, elongated creature that's wide, huge, and big. And there's numerous videos of all different types, from giant ships with numerous people on them, those giant mega cruise ships, all the way to fishermen and animals reacting because the Pacific Ocean sadly was nuclear rated at one point in time since the tsunami hit in 2011, sadly. And it's been fixed off, but after at least 5 years of it, it took a long time to replenish, and it's still replenishing. And a lot of sea life was lost, and certain creatures are waking up because of it. Also because it increased the temperature. You notice the yellow foam that washed up on California a couple years back, and still does occasionally. Alright, what do you guys have for lore?
I'm trying to think which one.
Well, Michigan is well known for many, many different lores. If anybody wants to talk about Michigan, there's the headstones. If anybody's ever heard of the underwater Michigan headstones that glow occasionally at night, and you can see, and they have certain shapes as symbols of animals at certain time periods, each one etched in over time. I don't know if you guys ever heard or seen them. You can look it up and discuss. But boy howdy. Oh, was that Dark Trooper?
I'm trying to think of a good one.
There's so many. I'm trying to remember the lakes names properly, so I think it's Superior is the one. That one is another lore. Ain't anybody ever heard of the Superior fish people?
Yeah.
Lake Superior. They're flesh-eating. They definitely like people. That's why they warn you not to swim in that area, especially at night. Cold, especially because it's super mega cold. That's also where they do a lot of the logging. The unique special wood that comes out from there that gets shipped all around the world that's from Michigan. Is a lot of that comes from certain areas such as that where they drop down logs and let them soak for between 50 to 100 years depending, and it makes beautiful art. You can make tables and whatnot, if not any kind of furniture, if not mostly musical instruments are made and created out of them that are very stiff and sturdy and durable. So how the water is so cold, it keeps it protected. It also makes it expand out and stiffen and harden to the point where it's like petrified. It's super tough, like an armor. Very hard to cut, very hard to mold, but once it's all shaped together, you make the most beautiful art ever that can be shaped for a long time as wood. Keep it away from termites, people. It's some of its favorites. What about you guys?
I got one. Why don't we go with since it is almost St. Patrick's Day, why don't we go with a classic? Let's talk about leprechauns.
Uh-huh.
Leprechauns are from Irish mythology, and they are not just from your favorite cereal box, which will not be named,
Or a scary movie.
or scary movie. True. A leprechaun
Love those movies.
is one of the fae, which is the fairy folk, and most fae, what they do is they like to trick people. Like, fae are very literal when it comes to wording, so you have to be very precise about what you say. They're small, mere human-like beings. Leprechauns are also known for their solitary creatures and their love for mischief and practical jokes. Intense enough to accuse folklore. Leprechauns appear to be dressed not to be disguised with no. That's for another day. I had a mythical book a long time back before the fire. I had a book that was full of mythology.
Well, there is one that's actually coming up recently that we should be talking about as well. The March de Narouge.
Ah, yes.
That
There's
is
one-
big Michigan lore.
Yes.
You guys ever heard the stories? Some of the stories go off as such. I'm not going to quote it exact, but what comes from my memory is many years ago, probably 100 or so. I think it's the 100th year this year, actually. When we built a certain towns or whatnot, a certain creature showed and appeared. It's been there for years, long time, trickster kind of creature. But in its nature, maybe, we're not sure, but it does exist or did exist at one point in time. Many people saw it and knew it did play tricks on people that didn't respect it. The mayors themselves of these certain towns, such as River Rouge, of course, Detroit, and a couple others, especially Detroit, disrespected him. So in doing so, he played some horrible things and tricks and made horrible things happen, where they lost money, people, lives, buildings, and such, in chaos. One day the people stood up, made a kind of like parade in a way, dressing up and showing they're not scared, rushing him out of town. With everybody going against him, he had no power anymore, as there was too many thinking negatively of him instead of being scared of him. So they chased him out of town. If you're fear and you're scared, these things grow and they gain strength. If you're fearless or willing to say, I'm not scared, I'm willing to kick you out, and the rest of us are too, they can't take numbers if they believe. And on that one, anybody else have any lore besides that, or any more information?
Can we talk about gods?
In fact, that's actually a great segment to lead us into the upcoming events.
I could do that. Hang on, let me get back to it.
All right, Dark Trooper, you can. DTW.
Well, folks, this weekend is pretty jam-packed since St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner. We have in Great Lodge, the Great Lodge St. Patrick's Day Celebration Parade. In Midland, we have the Maple Syrup Day. In Grand Rapids, we have the Sugar Bush Festival. Also in Grand Rapids, we have the Irish of and also in Grand Rapids, another parade for St. Patrick's Day. Since St. Patrick's Day, unfortunately, it happens to be on a Monday. Boo!
Boo! But hey, man, you'll get to hang out with me. I know it's annoying.
Partial consolation prize. On March 18th is in Sotem Bay. I do apologize, I mispronounced it. Is SUTTONS Bay. The ISEA Volunteer Open House. On March 22nd. Maybe we shouldn't go that far.
Whoa. That is for the patrons.
Yeah, I'll just say this last one. On March 22nd, no, it's only 2 months. On March 22nd, the Maple Sugar Cream Day, in Maple City. And last but certainly not least, in Ann Arbor, the Film Fest on the 25th through the 30th. It is Ann Arbor's Film Festival.
Hey, I've been part of that several times. So has DJ Thunderbase.
Yes.
And I would most likely not be going to Ann Arbor.
Hey, you never know, my friend. You might be part of our movies one day.
Maybe.
Because we were in what was it? A Barbarian's Life of Barbarian. DJ Thunderbase here was one of the main villains that actually got the few hits on the Barbarian, making him bleed. No one makes the Barbarian bleed his own blood. And had one of the greatest death scenes that you will ever see. You'll see me in some of the villainy moments, as well as a comedy I was a part of, which was Dining and Dragons. It was a 5 to 10 minute skit. There was a 48-hour in Michigan that we do a special of, and we got second place for overall, but first place for CGI for making a dragon that looks more real than almost any movie that's been made, which is pretty good for 48 hours. I applaud and respect our CGI tech crew that did that like in a short period of time. I ran the comedic part and had the barbarians with me and the warriors, and we all fought a dragon, and the scientist's wife saved everybody with a hose. And the final part at the very end when we attacked the pizza, that was all just me. We just ran on whatever we were going to react on, and I just literally attacked it with my weapons and just pulled it back, like going, I'm going to kill anybody if they try to take my pizza. Barbarians never had pizza. This is amazing. But back to you, Dark Trooper DTW. Any more for that, or is that the end?
That was the end. Nothing else until
All
then.
right, well then.
Cool.
Well then, for those of you outside of Michigan, then, in Minaretta Park, Illinois, this Friday, get ready because Hello Weekend will be starting every Friday. Live music in Marietta Park at 115 Bourbon Street. Also, in Durham, the Glass Jug is putting on a St. Patrick's Day weekend. Also, a rock and roll weekend for those of you in Asheville, North Carolina, at the Omni Grove. It's the Omni Grove Park Inn and Spa. And in Newport, Oregon, you guys will be having a St. Patrick's Day live music event at the Nana's Irish Pub at 613 Northwest 3rd Street. Also this Friday. And then this Saturday in Rivera Beach, Florida, at the Castaways Sports Bar and Grill, you guys will be having your weekend breakfast. Now that's more news just of events happening here in America.
American
And
news,
so from there, now let's get into our political talk.
Yay! Hey guys, let's play a game, yeah? Which side do you want to be on? Oh, I don't want to play games on each side, so we're going to talk the right way for all of us. We're going to do it this way, because to let you guys know, we are properly actually in a understanding of a political standpoint of opposition. Dark Trooper here, more for a left candidacy for certain things, and Mayhem here for me as on the central right, more central, but depends on how it is. Ever seen that meme where it shows a bunch of people standing and there's a red line and a blue line, and they shove the one guy in the middle, and the one people pick him up and they say, "Why are you on their side?" It's like, they say, "Help me up." That's
I'm also kind of more central left too.
Yes, you central left, which is central is the proper place, I say, but there's also the leanings you can have, which is fine. I was originally central left for many, many years. Now, over time, I've learned to be on the middle. That's why I believe there should be a one, but we'll get into that later. There's rules that we're going to be stating. DJ Tenderbase, do you want to state them, or do you want me to?
Let's have you do it for this first time through.
All right, for the political chat, out of respect for everybody here, if we do have a political opposition in the conversation, and one of us and or person or guest that is on gets heated and or angry, our host here, DJ Thunderbase, will crack down that lightning, and you'll hear it for a second, and he'll just mute you. You'll be muted for a short period of time, and you'll be talked in a private chat to see when you're cooled down. Out of respect, please don't say you're cooled down and come right in screaming and yelling. Everybody else should come back in calm and cool and go, I'm still your friend, I'm still your buddy, there's no problems here. We just have a difference of opinion. And you should have a difference of opinion, I believe, for everybody. No one wants to be the same. Nothing against it. I'm not a clone, I'm not a drone, I'm myself. And I would prefer to be that way. I see things differently than everybody else. So I believe in the Purple People Party in the middle. But I'll stick with this opposition for now, just because of political chat. And for DJ Thunderbase, anything you want to say before we start this?
Okay, so we're going to be taking sides, basically taking each of your guys' sides, talking about what you guys think will be needed to talk about in the politics. I'll have some ideas to bring up as well, but I do like Mayhem said, I really would like for this to be peaceful. We're friends, let's stay friends, and if anyone gets heated, you will hear this sound. You hear that? That means there's an issue, and you will be muted. So, let's have a wonderful debate.
All right, my friend. Dark Trooper, would you like to go first, or would you like me to? Depending on, I've already talked at the beginning. We can choose if you like. This one could be the first one. Could be a choose.
Well,
what is the topic you'd like to talk about for the political opposition?
I think we actually were talking about it at work today. About people using using negative terms as a blanket a certain political parties and political ideas, like calling MAGA all MAGA people Nazis, which is like that's not a good thing. That's not good, because
it's not true.
One, not everybody who wears the MAGA hat is a Nazi. Some of them believe in the ideology, but some of them are, let's be perfectly frank, some of them are hardcore, and like they believe they view it as a cult.
They push it a little too far.
Like mentality. But there are some who are in it not just because they believe they want to change, and there are other people on the other side as well who also want change. But the thing is they don't have enough cohesion together to merit that change.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that 100%. Like the same blanketed terms on the opposite opposition for this. Like, not all Democrats fall under the category of pedo or pedophile. They don't fall under that category. Not all do. Sadly, there's quite a few that fall under that are in leaderships, which should not be. And it's not all fault, because it goes on every side, though. Sadly, in history, we found it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we need to stop it and cut it out. We need to teach people that this is not right, it's not correct, in general terms. And you can't just say it in blanket terms to the Democrat Party anyways. You can't be like, hey, just because you're this. That's not right. I can't say that, especially about my friends that I know that are. If you're I know a lot of friends that are in the had to vote Dem or had to vote Republican. Well, there's other parties to vote for, but we're sadly stuck on this team side of left and right, red and blue, light and dark side thing going, which is not correct.
This whole idea of a binary two-party system is unfortunately now it worked for a while, but now it's just not working anymore.
Yeah, it's becoming a sports team thing now, and it's getting irritating.
It is irritating because especially when both sides are saying the exact same thing at the same,
just different colors,
and it's irritating because it's like I'm listening. I believe, Henry, you put in a video on a couple of months ago of someone literally saying, well, we shouldn't do this. I forget what he said because it was so long ago. I think they were talking about, oh God, I can't remember. But it's just, when they're literally talking about the same thing, like I'm listening to the left, a lot of the left people, and they're saying, well, we need to change. We need to stop spending. We're not going to stop doing this and stop doing that. And then the right is literally saying the exact same thing, just different words.
Yeah, we both explained that and talked about it. Here's the thing: they're both saying we need a change with one hand, and they're both with the other hand behind their back, pocketing the money, and that's the problem. It's not taking the money and changing. They're, as I've said, because I'm of most of Native American, and besides, I'm mostly Native American besides the Italian and everything else I'm mixed with, but I'm a mutt and I'm proud of it. There is. What if I told you that each wing was the same eagle?
I would believe you, because it's just the problem is that what we need is more voices in position.
We need a solid third party as well. I think that should be a thing. Like I would say, like in a dream, is something that I've done ever since I was little, that I've been trying to plan in my own way, is run for office one day and run a third party that would be put in law at all times, that there always has to be at least 3 parties promoted and shown at all times. Not this, you only see the left, you only see the right, you have to choose between this one or this one. No. There has to be that wrench thrown in the system going, no, both of you need to stop fighting over this. It's not about that. Triforce. You guys ever know what that is? You got your power, you got your wisdom, you got your courage. You got your right as your power. You got your left as your wisdom. Now you need your courage. Purple needs to stand up and go, hey, what happens to you mix red and blue? You got more people in the middle and the center than anything from the left and the right. They just have to be forced to choose. They shouldn't be choosing.
And courage is one thing that we're so lacking in our leadership nowadays.
No one's willing to stand up and say, no, we need to fix this now. Stop with the lies. Stop hiding shit.
Or just to stand up to Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They literally say, no, you are doing something. This is not a good idea. Don't do it. It's going to more problems. And you see it plain as day. Republicans are literally refusing to go have town hall meetings. Their leadership has literally said, no, do not. They're 2 of the main leaders of the Republican Party have literally said, no more open houses, which is like, so how are your constituents supposed to you are doing something wrong and to stop?
I get you on that. What you're saying on that, it goes to, it's not just would save on their part alone. It was in there already for some of the stuff that has been going on behind the lines for the government itself. It comes down to the whole point of the system itself has people running the cogs for too long that need to have terms, like, or shifted out for different jobs every 5 years or so. No one should be running and pushing a political term or something that's scarier behind it with smokes and mirrors saying it's a political term. So I believe, as you notice, their animals are a jackass donkey and a forgetful elephant. It's a cowardly elephant that's supposed to remember everything, but they're forgetful. What we need is an actual system for like the Purple People Party. And guess what? Their animal for that is an eagle. I represent for the Americans. I always have. I've been a proud American. So I respect some of the stuff, and I voted for Trump, and I respect for what happened with him. The pros and cons. He's done good, done bad. To me, I've been there and witnessed and made more money under him and had a better life under him. Had a worse life under Biden's system. But it wasn't just that. Biden was playing a puppet string. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. He was playing puppets the whole time, being controlled by his wife or whoever else. And this right here is the symbol I'm believing that we should run for in the future for a third party at all times. Something that DJ Thunderbase himself created, and I believe in, like a triple P. And it's for the people, by the people, created people. Just, it's us. We are the people. Purple People Party, because there's more people in the middle than anything, I believe. We have our red, we have our blue. What happens when you yin and yang and swirl them together?
Yep.
We have mad respect for it. So I see where you're coming from on your say, like, and my rebuttal on some of it is just some of the stuff I do believe he ran too fast on, way too fast on. Should have been checked, should have been double checked and read. I believe in the Santa Claus method. Check this list twice. Always check your list twice. Don't skim. You need to say, hey, this is right, this is wrong. I want somebody here on this side opposition. I want someone on this opposition. Explain to me in these terms in this paperwork before I sign this. What does this mean? I want to know. I don't want 40,000 pages for one thing that has a piggyback law.
I do agree with that. And the biggest thing is that Elon Musk is going ramshackle. It's just he's running through these departments like it's wildfire, literally pointing at people and saying, "You're fired. Get the hell out."
I believe he's going too fast. Like I said, all this stuff needs to be done at a slower turn, one thing at a time. You shut the whole system down too fast. It's like a system in your body. If you shut everything down at once, you die. Game over.
And look what's happening now with the government. It's.
I know he's trying to surprise and catch the corrupt. Because here's the thing, like here's my rebuttal of it. I respect. I don't like how he's doing what you're saying. I don't like what he's doing. But I do like what he's doing when it comes to he is digging deep to find the truth. He is looking out for us people in some way. They should be helping more in some ways, I believe, because they're talking about also a $5,000 check per American. I think it should be at least 50,000 or something more. They found 100 trillion more or more or whatever it is. They found in secret bank accounts that were linked to, originally created by Democratic Party in the 1950s, but also was ran by the Republican parties when they were running as well. When they found out about it, going, keep it for backup. No, that was the American people's money you were taking. Why do you think our taxes are almost 40% at some points? It's ridiculous. It's between the 30s and 40%, and we shouldn't be paying that. We used to get up in arms over 2%. Why are we so bending the knee as we've seen 5% increase, 12% increase, and such? I've never seen it so high, and it's just. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it's not just. I agree with that. That the reason why their taxes are being higher and higher. The thing is like it's all that military spending. How much? We
spend more in military than any country in the world, times 10. I get it. I understand for certain things of protection, but we're too spread out. We need to bring our soldiers back. We need to start focusing on ourselves, and we need America to stop being the police world for just a little while, or whatever else, or just in general. Now everybody can be peaceful, hopefully, and protect ourselves. Like we need. So I get it. Small bases for certain things, for certain enemies, of strategic points of protection. But we don't need a full-on scale spending billions or trillions of dollars on things when we can be helping our homeless or the soldiers that already serve, the homeless soldiers that got injured or hurt. I have friends that are mentally ill now to this day that I've never been friends with again since. I brought them back, hung out with them one last time, helped them move, didn't get a thank you, and I was like, why is he acting so weird? And then found out years later that he couldn't be friends with me anymore because he just wasn't the same person after leaving the military. He couldn't be friends with certain people anymore. If he had any kind of disgust for you in any way, even if it was just a hint, couldn't be your friend. And I lost a good friend that I had for probably like 10 years plus, and
I just looked up the number. It's their current proposal is $850 billion with a B. And it's just like, no, if you took half of that money that you were spending on the military, it would solve so many problems.
There is 333 million Americans in this world, if not more, give or take. They could give each American $1 million and make it so it fluctuates back into our country, flows the money back into our country, because we'd spend it back in our country. And then you'd have people that could invest. You could have the mom and pop shops come back. You could have people that lost everything rebuild and restructure. You could have everything constructed. You have people investing, and all that taxes you already took away. Guess what? You give them that money back. You get a little more tax money back because now the roads can be repaired. Now people can make it to work. Now people can get that vehicle they needed. They get a new home. Some people are stupid and will spend it wrong, but some people will do it right.
Into the workforce.
Yes, it'll give people that one-step opportunity. Like some people will probably never do anything for the rest of their lives. They think, but no, you realize $1 million isn't as much as you think.
Particularly nowadays.
Yeah, especially because you can blow it quick. Especially if you start buying cars and houses and doing stupid things, you need to write a list, write down in what is a necessity, survival purposes, and go on from there. And then what are things you want on the list, you write it in the budget, and you go, okay, we do this after we do some investments. You should always do some investment for something for proper thing, which also would boom the stock market, which the stock market's freaking out, obviously. It would boom the crypto market. It would boom the economy in general. It would help every single person. They would, all that money they're blowing in some place, they're hiding, or some of the people are sitting there in those secret dark cabal governments, and or in our own that should be already shifted out, but they're trying to run things still now behind the scenes with everybody else that's running, thinking they're running it. No, somebody else is behind that. It's making it worse. They're putting the money in their pocket. They have more money in their pocket than any of us, and they're laughing as the biggest transfer of wealth happened during the pandemic, during that lockdown. And it was to the billionaires. They became richer and became trillionaires while we became poorer.
Or in stuck in like a military Congress limbo, where they could delegate like a couple $100 million to a project. The project gets scrapped, and that money just gets stuck in limbo because the Congress just doesn't take the time to weed that money back into the pool.
Yep. They could have put it back to the society. They could have put it to the people. They could have fixed the roads. They could have made better safety air travel. They could have upgraded everything so you don't have planes that are 30 to 40 years old flying in the sky, or whatever the regulation year is.
I actually watched a John Oliver episode the other day about Boeing. They literally brought a prop plane to show their investors. It was literally made out of basically made out of plywood. You literally could look underneath of it and see the sky.
Yeah, like they've had some problems. This is the issue, that funding is going into. Here's the thing: there is more rich CEOs now than there ever has been in history. Rich conglomerate corporation CEOs and everything that are taking the money, buying yachts, doing whatever else what they want with money, blowing the money in ridiculous, stupid ways, thinking they're investing it in their own way of the company and back into society. No, they're just investing it back into corporations, companies. They're not investing it back into society.
Yeah, it's trickle-down economics at its worst.
Yeah, because they're turning off the faucet at the very top, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, you're getting something." They're seeing a drop every couple hours.
And then the middle, and then also the middle class has been shrinking for decades.
I only hit the middle class a little bit in my family once. Me and my dad when he was an iron worker, and then it all came crashing down. We went right back to being the poor and been low class for years, and then worked my way back up. I'm still technically I'm in the fluctuation between both right now, and it sucks. It's so hard because it screws my taxes.
Like lower middle class though, but my family for many years when I was a kid, we were solid middle class. We lived in Birmingham. We had a nice 4-bedroom house that was made. My dad made. And we lived in Birmingham. We lived there for almost 20 something years.
Yeah. And the difference between you and me in that is I live in the hood. I lived in Detroit, River Rouge, and Ecorse, where people got shot all day. I watched a kid die at 3 years old. I was 3 years old playing with my Transformers. A kid I used to say hi to and play with Transformers every once in a while. One day he was wearing the wrong colors down the street, River Rouge, and right in front of my dad, right in front of the car, pop, pop. Car drove past. Didn't even care if it was a kid or not. My dad grabbed me and pulled me in, bullets flying everywhere. I still remember it to this day, and it was terrifying. First time watching someone die I was 3. I watched a lot of friends die. I protected a lot of people the best I could. Suicide, some were lost, sadly, or drugs or ODing. I was there trying to protect or save as many as I could, but couldn't do anything. I felt they were pulling me in and trying to kill me too, and at one point it did happen. People did try, so I ran and left. Made my own life here out of the hood. And guess what? Now we're at a different opposition, which is funny. We're flip-flopped by how our lives are.
All right, and it looks like we're getting close towards our end. So are there any final remarks either you guys have for our audience before we close this out?
Thank you for this that nice chat, talking political debate, and there was no squabbles. I was respectful. I agreed with in certain things of what he was talking about. Some things I disagree, but it depends on what we're talking about. Like just small little tweaks. That's it. It's just literally wording for certain, depending on what we're talking about. I agree with what some.
Maybe
of
we'll
it.
get fiery next time.
Yeah, maybe someone will get fiery, and maybe it'll be somebody else, like a special guest.
Yeah, hopefully.
And this was Chaotic Minds, everybody.
Yes,
Have
so
a good
thank you
night,
for
everyone.
joining us. Yes, so thank you for joining us once again. I am DJ Thunderbass, Monte Ewing, and my co-host was Mayhem Hearts Mace. And we look forward to seeing you next week for another amazing episode of The Chaotic Minds.
One more
Thank
thing.
you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, and don't forget to wear green on Monday.
Oh!